Men, gather close. The world does not care for weak men. It does not wait for you to be ready. Life is a battlefield, and every day that you wake up unprepared, you march closer to your own defeat. But listen to me, you are not here to lose. You are here to become something greater. You are here because the blood of warriors before you calls out from the past, demanding that you rise, that you cast aside your weakness, and step forward into the fire of discipline. And before we go any further, if you know in your heart that this message is for you, if you feel the fire stirring inside you, then hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with a man who needs to hear it. Because this isn't just a video. This is a call to arms. Now, listen well. How many years have you lost? Be honest with yourself. How many days have you spent drowning in distractions? How many hours have you let slip away, knowing deep inside that you were meant for more, but doing nothing about it? The truth is, you've had time. You've had the same 24 hours as the warriors who came before you, the same 24 hours as the conquerors and the legends. The only difference between you and them is how you have used it. Regret is a poison that eats men alive. It's the whisper in your mind that tells you you should have done more. It's the weight on your shoulders when you see another man standing where you could have been. But I tell you now, you cannot change the past, but you can damn sure decide what you do next. You can choose to stop making excuses. You can choose to stop being soft. And you can choose, at this very moment, to take back your life. A warrior is not just a man who fights with a sword. No, a warrior is something far more dangerous. A warrior is a man who does not break when life comes for him. You will face hardship. You will be beaten down. You will struggle. And there will be days when you question whether you have the strength to keep going. That is where the real test begins. A warrior is not a man who has never felt fear. He is a man who moves forward despite it. He does not sit and wait for life to hand him victory. He does not pray for an easier path. He does not beg for mercy. He fights. When others flee, he stands firm. When others complain, he works harder. And when others surrender, he sharpens his blade and prepares for battle. Because life does not care about your feelings. Life will break you if you let it. The weak will fall. The undisciplined will be forgotten. But the strong, the men who wake up every day and do what must be done, even when they don't feel like it, they will rise above the rest. Now, listen closely, because this is the moment where your fate is decided. Some of you will hear this message and forget it by tomorrow. Some of you will nod your heads, feel the fire burn for a moment, and then go right back to your distractions. And then there are the few who will wake up tomorrow and demand more from themselves. The few who will refuse to let another day slip away. The few who will step forward and say, "No more. I will become the man I was meant to be." I ask you now, Which one will you be? Will you go back to the same excuses that have kept you weak? Will you sit in the shadows while stronger men claim what could have been yours? Or will you rise? Will you sharpen your mind, your body, your will, until no force in this world can break you? That choice is yours, and once you make it, you do not turn back. What lies ahead for the men who choose strength, for those who choose discipline, for those who choose to fight greatness awaits you. There is no greater satisfaction than looking back at your old self and realizing that you are unrecognizable. To know that the man who once wasted his time, who once feared hardship, is now a man of iron. This path will not be easy, but that is why it is worth walking. Hardship will carve you into something powerful. Pain will teach you lessons that comfort never could. And every battle you face will make you stronger. But only if you choose to fight. There are only two kinds of men in this world, warriors and the forgotten. You were not born to be weak. You were not meant to waste your life in comfort. You were made to conquer, to fight, to build something greater than yourself. So, I ask you now, one final time, what will you do? Will you take this fire and use it, or will you let it fade and become nothing? The battle begins now. Step forward and claim your place among the strong. And if this message spoke to you, if you feel it in your bones that you were meant for more, then show it, like this video, subscribe, and most importantly, share this with a man who needs to hear it. The world is full of lost men, but together we rise. The choice is yours. Make it count.